Hello from the forge. It's been a week or two since I did a video, but since then, orders are really starting to pick up. Fall through winter is a busy season. It's hunting season. It's time to pick up Christmas presents, and folks really want knives. It's time again now that every show my wife goes to, we're going to end up selling out. So I got to get some stuff made as well as work on orders. That said, going to try to do a little blade this morning. I got some thin stuff to work on. Just some little thin scraps that I'd forge a blade out of. But I think instead of that, we're going to go with something a little thicker. It's 1/4 inch thick, 1084. Mainly because the thin stuff is much harder to forge. It's entirely possible I'll make a mess out of it trying to get it done. So I think we'll go with the safer option today. Anyway, be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you liked today's video. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Anything we can do to boost that algorithm is greatly appreciated. If you want to see me make a mess out of some thin steel on the next video, be sure and leave us a comment. Let's see what happens. Well, we're starting out here without really a plan for what style we're going to do. So, just smack down a point and go from there. Once again, working my point down, making sure I keep my parent stock the same thickness. Think I'm going to try to make a little skinner. Draw it out a little more. After all, it is deer season now. Our archery season here in North Carolina just opened. And I'm pretty sure that skinners will be pretty popular. I think right about there is where I want to start my handle. Now I'm going to just draw it out a little bit and set down for my handle to blade transition. I want a skinner. I want a swept up tip. I want a thumb rest on the spine of the blade. And I want enough of a finger well to keep the fingers very safe. So as you can see there, I've got my handle to blade transition. And I've actually already started the finger well. Or actually, I've already started the thumb rest, actually. I'm saying actually entirely too much. Voiceover is probably my most hated thing about these videos. Anyway, there's our preform on the blade. Now we're going to put that reverse curve in. I want an upward sweep on that Skinner blade, but I don't want just a ridiculous amount of curve. So I think I want a little choil between the what's basically going to be like an integral guard and the edge of the blade. So I'm going to use this little piece of cold rolled steel and hammer it down onto there to make the little choil. Can't really see it right yet. And now I'm going to start working my bevels from the edge of the choil outward to the tip, pulling steel down from the spine to widen it, as well as thin it. And as you can see, that's forcing the blade to start taking that curve that a Skinner should have. Now, I'm not too bad worried about finish forging this. I'm going to grind it. I'm going to do a little grinding on this one. I think a Skinner ought to have nice smooth bevels so it's easier to clean. And I'm going to leave this blade just a little bit thick. And that's pretty much my blade shape. So make sure everything's even and make sure the taper's even. And we'll work on the handle. knock in a little more shape into it. It's going to be too long once I draw out distal taper, so we'll put the hardy cutter in and just nip it off a little bit. Yep, that'll do. Now I'm going to start knocking the distal taper into the tang of the blade, into the handle. Should taper from right where the blade to handle transition is out to the butt of the blade. It's going to be a fairly heavy knife, not terribly heavy, not something you'd mind carrying. It's going to be a good heavy duty knife. Knock a little curve into it. It's looking pretty good. Yep. I believe that's just about going to do. So I'll go in and work the profile a little on the grinder. But that is pretty dadgum close. I like it. That'll do just fine. All right, I got my forging done for the day. I've forged out about 5 blades, got everything in the temper, run it through 1 temper cycle, and here's the blade that we forged on the video. Now it's been through 1 temper cycle, 1 2-hour temper cycle. Gonna run it through 2 more times. I only hardened the edge, so the spine's still soft. It's gonna have a good hard sharp edge, good tough spine. That's gonna make somebody a nice little Skinner. Thanks for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know if you got any ideas for future content. God bless and have a great evening.